Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here. So good to see all of you. And you can see, well, you could see her for a minute there. I always get confused because this is my left, but on screen I'm looking at, it's just the opposite. But she's laying behind me now and a little too close to be able to say hello to Piper there. So Sheila says, hello, Diana and Piper. I hope you're doing well. We are, personally. Our country isn't doing so well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And our world isn't doing so well. So we're going to talk about that. And Sheila says, hello, everyone. What we're going to talk about today is a question that came in. Why is there so much division and hate in the world today? Well, not only are we going to talk about why, but Phillip has a good way for all of us to help heal that division and heal our world today. And it's important that everyone listening to my voice works on that because it's up to us. It's up to us. If you saw the trilogy I did on souls, you'll know that new souls are innocent, middle souls are going through all of the turmoil. And those of us, our older souls, we're the ones responsible for creating the love in the world. And so if you're listening to the sound of my voice, if you're watching this video, if you're part of our community like Sheila, who comes on every week with me, then you are part of that old soul that's helping to heal instead of divide our nation and our world. We will also get a message from Phillip, who is my spirit guide. And as many of you know, this is an oracle book, so don't let me forget that because sometimes I forget to pick that book up. But here we go. This is kind of long, so I want to get into it right away and then talk to you a little bit at the end. So here we go. The question is, why is there so much division and hate in the world today? And I'm not talking just about the US. We also have it in Palestinians against Israelis, Russia, Ukraine, the Republicans and the Democrats in the US. And I want to say, for my own country here in the US, the Republicans and Democrats, I think it's pretty clear which way I lean. And I want to thank all of you who don't lean in the same direction I do for respecting and loving, because many of my clients are of a different political party, but we can respect and love one another. And so that's what we're asking of you all, but I'm also thanking all of you who do that. Thank you. And here we go. The division and fear emotions, such as hate, have been in the third dimension for a long period. Fear is not new. Phillip's right about that, isn't he? There is, however, greater awareness. This is due to larger forms of the worldwide communication. By this, we mean the electronic communications available on a wider basis than known to the modern day human. So what Phillip is saying is this hate and this division, this racism, this ugliness isn't new, but we hear about it more. And there's a bigger population in the world today. There's a bigger diversity in the world today that we're aware of. And then that electronic, which is very beautiful and helpful. That's how we're here. But it also spreads the disinformation and spreads the hate easier. Plus, it gives us the information that we know of it. So Phillip goes on to say, we speak, and this may surprise some of you, we speak of modern day humans, which include ancient civilizations that existed before the Great Fall. We need not go into this as it has no relevance to the modern world other than to say Earth is older than humans. Earth is older than known. And humans have built and destroyed civilizations before. Will they do so again? Not in the near future. The most important words we wish to convey are fear destroys, love builds. I'll repeat that sentence. the most important words we wish to convey are: fear destroys, love builds. To understand the divisiveness, one must understand that everything is energy. There is either love or fear. They cannot exist at the same time in the same place. So there's love or there's fear, and they cannot exist in the same time at the same place. Remember that, my friends. Although you have many thoughts that rush through your mind at seemingly the same time, only one thought is present at a time. It seems like more thoughts because of the rush of thoughts moving through our brains. Many thoughts you may not be aware of because there are so many of those you are aware of. Many are still unaware of whether the thought is one of love or fear. There's an even greater, and what Philip is saying there, and sometimes I feel like I have to interpret Philip because the syntax, I think for a lot of us, is a little stiff or hard to understand. But basically what Philip is saying is we have a lot of thoughts going through our mind. And we can't be aware of every thought, but we want to be aware, those we are aware of, we need to pay attention to. And he is also saying that many people have no idea what their thoughts are and they don't pay attention. But he's asking us to pay attention. Philip goes on to say there's an even greater lack of awareness of the emotional energy sent out into the atmosphere. Every thought has a ripple effect. This is true whether or not the human is aware of the thought. So every single thought we have, whether we're aware of it or not, is going out into the universe and affecting the universe and affecting our private lives as well as the public. The human may want to be good and sending loving thoughts into the world, yet they may also have fear-based thoughts they aren't aware of consciously. One love-based thought goes into the world and connects with another love-based thought. They then connect with another love-based thought, and so on. The same holds true for fear-based emotions. You can walk into a room and feel the energy. You can walk up to a person and feel the energy. As humans, you attract and are attracted to others of like energy. The larger the population, the greater the energy. Remember, like attracts like. In your place of belonging, if your place of belonging is with those who are mainly fear-based, you will choose the drama. If your place of belonging is love-based, you will choose that. Not everyone is available to live in the calm of love-based emotions. We make this sound as though it is one or the other. It is not. It is the awareness of one's thoughts and emotions and the conscious decisions again and again to live in the love-based emotions. Excuse me, I do need to interrupt there, and you've heard me say it over and over. Living in the love-based emotions does not mean we never get angry. Of course we get angry. We take care of it and shift the emotion. Work through the anger and say, I'm choosing not to be angry anymore. I'm choosing to live in a love-based emotion. Philip goes on to say, many who reside in fear-based emotions are unaware of their anger, so are unable to make a conscious decision to love. This is not to say they never laugh, just as it is not to say those living in love emotions never become angry or afraid. Many today are living in unawareness of their thoughts and emotions. They are then drawn to that energy. As more are drawn to that energy, the ripple increases. At the same time, the ripple effect increases if one chooses love. You make your choices depending upon your environment and your background. The swell of love can be frightening for one who has little experience with love, thus the backlash against love. These waves of love and fear come about as the world turns. The current division is not the first nor the last. The division is only healed as more turn away from the fear, hate, anger, and turn toward love, joy, kindness, empathy. Although we do not see the full awareness of this, we do see that the tides are turning. and in some areas of the world have already turned. Regardless of how others live in their lives, you must choose moment by moment, breath by breath, how to live your life. That which you choose will choose you. That choice will then become your community of 1, 2, or 10,000. As your community grows and strengthens, the opposite will fade in your life and in the world. I want to take a moment to say hello to everyone, but I want to go back and just reread this last paragraph. I guess I need to read the last couple of paragraphs. Regardless of how others live their lives, you must choose moment by moment, breath by breath, how you will choose to live your life. That which you choose will then choose you. That choice will then become your community of 1, 2, or 10,000. As your community grows and strengthens, the opposite will fade in your life and in the world. And that, my friends, is how we change the world. I want to say hello here. Rush says, hello, Diana, Piper, and everyone on the chat. And Diane Faith says, hello, dear Diana. Happy to see you. Well, Diane, good to see you. And she sends a wave to everybody. And we're getting hearts, and we're getting happiness, and we're getting joy. And this community, that's what we're about. Adding joy to the world. Do I always feel joy? No. I wish I did, but I don't. Do I get angry? Yes, I do. Do I get upset? Yes. Many of you know how upset I am about what has happened in Springfield because of lies and hate. And I have to move myself out of that anger at all of that and move into a place of love so we can spread the love in Springfield. Am I angry about the colleges and the universities being closed down? Am I angry about the hospitals being closed down? Absolutely. But then I have to change that, be aware of those thoughts and change that to love and spreading the energy of peace and calm. You know, will it happen? Will the world know peace in my lifetime? Honestly, I doubt it. But hopefully this community will, or that community will, because hopefully in our private lives, we will. SH says, hi, Diana, from Sharon in Texas. Hello, Sharon. Always good to see all of you. And I'm so grateful you're here because you do keep me doing this. And I want to also say, yes, I took I don't allow this to be monitorized. And so thank you. I deeply appreciate those who have sent me donations. Believe me, I really appreciate it. And Diane Faye says, thank you. I feel a sense of peace with you today. It is so true that we have to spread peace, love, and harmony. Absolutely. If we don't do it, who's going to? Because again, if you're hearing my voice, if you're watching this video or listening to it, you are an older soul. And it is up to us to spread the peace, to spread the harmony and the empathy. And I want to say many from my county, which is one north of Clark, which is where Springfield is. Although our local hospital, if there's a seriousness, our local hospital will then take you to the bigger hospitals in Springfield. And those were closed because of hate too. And so I'm also seeing an outpouring of love towards Springfield, an outpouring of communities from where I am. People are going down to the restaurants, the Haitian restaurants, and people are sending love. People are talking about love, sending it not just to Springfield, but to across the country and around the world. And that we can do that. We can do that. We are the healers. Yes, you are. Don't doubt it. All right, here we go. I'm hearing right. If you heard right, we're in sync. If you heard left, that's a message you need to hear. So here's what we said on right. Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard the music. Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard the music. That's page 241. How does that relate to what we're saying today? You may not recognize you're a healer of the world. Trust me on this one. You are. if you are hearing my voice, if you are watching this video, you are a healer of the world. It doesn't mean you never move into those fear-based or negative emotions. We just recognize what we can and move back to love. If you heard left, here's your message. Even free rent cost. That's page 240. Even free rent cost. But remember, my friends, Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard the music. In spite of all the ugliness, it's not to ignore it, but we are alerted to it, so we know where to send extra love. Sheila says, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Sheila. And she says, have a great weekend, y'all. You hear me getting emotional. That's not unusual for me, because I love each and every one of you, and I love this world so much. I'm going to be 79 on November 11th. I'm not going to be around for our children's children and grandchildren, and I want to leave them a world not full of hate and meanness, but full of love. But I also want our world, while I'm still here, to be full of love. And she says, keep the tires on the road and stay strong. Stay strong. Yes, thank you, Sheila. Sheila's in Amsterdam, and I don't know how that is being affected, but I know worldwide what's happening in the U.S. is affecting the whole world, and what's about to happen in our election will affect the world. Certainly, what's happening between Israelites and Palestinians, that's affecting the world. Surely what's happening between Ukraine and Russia, that's affecting the world, as are so many other places. And Sheila says, yes, we know. So, my friends, it is up to us in this worldwide community to spread the love, because we are the healers. Yes, you are. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for the love you're giving to the world. Thank you for helping to heal our world. And thanks for the love. You some more moments of joy, and I will try to do that probably next week. But I will see you next Friday. And thank you for all of those of you who can come live, and for the rest of you for your thumbs up, your likes, your comments. I'm so grateful for all of you. And Sheila is sending us lots of love. Thank you. Thank you all. And Rush says, thank you, Diana. Thank you. I love you all. Until our next time together, keep returning to that love.